Here we go. You can see we're in the NQ. We see GC did move up. We'll be looking at the 4 chart setup here, seeing what we can find. I do anticipate we're probably going to get taken out of this trade here on the NQ pre-market. This is a lot earlier on. I was up a little bit late last night, and I was able to get a pretty good entry here. You can see here on the NQ, right around 13351. Let's see if this, I think I could probably divvy this up a little bit. Maybe it's going to sell off at the RDA here. It's actually just at the market open, so we'll see. It's probably going to move up and take me out, but let's actually divvy that up. We're in 10 lots. I think we can divvy that up a little bit. I guess I should share the stream with people that are actually members so that they can join us. Welcome anybody that's here. Said we're up about 10. Wow, I think profit wise we're up more than that, but right now I have open profit about 8,900. I think we're gonna get knocked out of this trade. It's annoying. I want it to sell off, but you know what? Take what the market gives you. That's what you do. You take what the market gives you. I don't have any set profit goals. I trade the market. That's really what I do. Let's see what we got going down here. Ooh, it looked like we got some connection issues here today. Let's see what we can see. No, actually, it's doing good. Yeah, we're going to get knocked out of this trade. Oh, man. Guess we're going to have to get back in somewhere. P&L is not going to be as good as I thought it was going to be. It is what it is. As Popeye said, he is what he is, or I am what I am. It's Monday, another great trading day. Figured I'd start the stream as soon as the market opened. We're going to get knocked out of that trade, you little bastard. I could give it a little bit more room, but why? Why at this point in time should I give it more room is the question. Wonder if I could, do I have that extra? I don't know. I don't think I have that. I don't think I have that anymore. I have to see. It almost knocked us out. We'll see. It's whether or not it's going to hold the RDA. There will be training out members. We have new training coming out today, the RD scaling factor. I'm really excited about that training. Next level stuff. Like we're on a whole new level here this week. We're going into a new era of the Rex Dog trade system. Welcome anybody that's here. Tiny Tron, good to see you. I don't think I've seen you before. If you have been here, welcome. Let's do what we're doing here. Sorry, I'm just setting up the stream. Maybe we can continue to stay in that trade. Let's see, we're up about 9,000 on that trade, 10 lots. We could try to stay in this a little bit longer, so let's divvy it up. Let's do that. Let's put 2 here, put 2 here, put 2 here, and put 2 here. So we're going to give it a little bit more room. Maybe it's going to sell off here. Did hit the RDA, did fail at the RDA. Once again, one of the best indicators that exists in speculation. The Rex Dog average, that is a free indicator that you can actually download here on TradingView or on TradingView. If you're not on TradingView, you can find it on TradingView. It is a great trading day, as usual. Any day that you get up and you're able to trade the market. Let's go. Not a bad way to start the morning, especially on the open. Up about 20K or so. I'll respond to all the DMs and everything else here. Kind of got up late. I just couldn't sleep last night. Trying to go to sleep. All right, let's see what we got going down. What's up, Sparky? Talking to Rex. He's got different nicknames in case you didn't know. And then where do we go to here? We're gonna get knocked out of that trade, aren't we? I keep saying that, and then it obviously the loads, I mean overnight it really ripped up. And then I got an alert that it ripped up, and I'm like, hey, that's probably a pretty good entry for the overnight session. That's when I entered that trade. Let's see, GC. Let's go around the chart. So we are on gold. Gold probably could be a trade, so we can look at trading gold. We're going to get rid of all of our levels as well. Remove all our drawings. Remove all our drawings. Let's look at GC. Let's see. Let's look around the map. So CL is recaptured the VWAP at the mix 200. It's probably going for the 76.23 level.
Stop filled.
Stopped out. Yeah, so CL, the best trade on CL exists right around 76.88. So we'll wait for that. I'd be going for that 60-minute level too. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Yeah, 76.88. That's our next trade on CL.
Stop filled.
So obviously on CL, one of the things we probably could do is buy on a pullback. So we'll look to buy on a pullback. That's where our entries are. Right there. Chart 2 members is what we're using there. Chart deuce, we don't die, we multiply. What kind of free indicator are you talking about, bro? Terror here TV. Well, that is the yellow indicator that you see, which is the Rex Dog average. I'll share it here. You're going to discount it because it's so, you're going to look at it and say, whatever, man, that's so easy. Like, that thing doesn't work. Well, it's our bias indicator that we use in our system. Basically, the way we use it is that it is a reaction zone. A system that you're seeing me trade. I've been trading since 2018. I've been successfully trading since 2018. Really refined it, I'd say, 2020. But let me see. What am I trying to do? Sorry, I apologize. I'm trying to figure out some stuff here. When I created the RDA, it took a tremendous amount of time and effort, and you're going to look at the numbers on there, and it's really just an average of 6 moving averages. But the fact that it does such a very, very good job of providing you the bias of the market, any market, as well as acts as a magnet for price, repels as well as attracts it at certain times. All of that is within my training and how I teach how to trade my system. So I'm not sharing anything that members don't already know. But I do explain how to use it in full detail on TradingView. For some reason I can't find that actual share there. Where is this? GC looks like it's due. Well, I don't know. GC it didn't hurt me, but I guess it did hurt me. Hurt my feelings last week. Hurt my feelings by taking some of my capital. That's what it did. It's my own fault though. I continued to see the sell-off that didn't come in the gold market. And then we do have the E-mini Dow. I have not changed over the 4-chart setup yet, so I need to do that so that we actually trade the Dow. So we'll be looking at the Dow as well. Dow recaptured the day open. We can look at the NDX here. Every friggin' time. Thank you, TradingView. I appreciate you telling me on every single chart that I'm disconnected. You know, it's the best thing you could possibly do. All right. Well, the index continued to hold momentum. NDX. Why the fuck do you go over there? Recaptured the day open on the NQ right now. Looks like we're going to probably take out my position. Little bastard. Question is, do we reverse? I think we could reverse. Let's reverse.
Order filled.
All right, we reversed on 6. Let's see how that goes. I didn't just reverse willy-nilly. I don't think I'd ever use the word willy-nilly. I don't know where the hell that came from. Momentum shifted on chart 4 and momentum shifted on chart 2. So that's why I reversed that position. And then we'll put in some trailing stops here in the market. Look to maybe get picked up on these two. It'll be a total of 10 lots, and then we'll see what happens. So it could just sell off right here as well.
Order filled.
We are taking a little bit of a risk. Of course, we're trading, so we're always taking a little bit of a risk. Let's see how that rolls for us. Give it a little bit of room. In reverse directions, we were short, now we're long. Looks like it's so far holding up. It did a momentum check on chart 2. It's again, the best thing you could do if you're new here is join Discord on the link down below. It's where all the great stuff happens. It's where the awesome stuff happens. That's where I share pretty much everything that we're working on, everything that we're working towards. So we are taking stuff to the next level here. I'm really excited about this week. This week we're kind of starting some pretty cool initiatives on some things that I've been working on for a while. We're releasing officially the RD scale-in numbers. That's how to properly scale into trades. That training will be released here today for members. Well, I had a friend that used to say "shucky darns." I wasn't a friend. I guess she was a friend. Okay, I was friend zoned by her. That's the way to put it. I was friend zoned by her. Damn it. She used to say "shucky darns." I've known some weird people in my life. Yeah, no, you do need a decent CPU. Bought arms. I'm gonna put all my trailing stops in profit or near profit because there's no reason for me to take a loss on any trade here. Well, I mean, I could give it more room. I probably should. I'm probably gonna regret this if I get knocked out. But I guess we're early in the market, so it looks like it's gonna impulse up. But at the same time, I'd like to protect a little bit. What's a BB setup? Bollinger Bands? I don't use Bollinger Bands, but I mean, I do think they have some value. But what is BB? On TradingView. Is that Bollinger Bands? Come on, Sparky, move up. NQ, you're going to make me wish that I gave you more room. No, those aren't Bollinger Bands. No. Those are RDA extreme bands. No, they're not Bollinger Bands, and they're not even standard deviations. They align somewhat with Bollinger Bands, but not really. Yeah, they're very alike. I mean, any standard deviation band, right, will be kind of similar. I mean, that's the thing. I talked at the end of this stream today. I'll share. I had a conversation with a trader over the weekend, and so for instance, if you're in a situation where maybe you have shiny object syndrome, I'll share kind of my answer to them, as well as maybe you're underfunded as a trader. Maybe you aren't. I'd say one of the biggest things that I see, the biggest challenges, because I've been a trainer, I guess you could say. I guess you could say I take it seriously. I'm a trainer. When I decided to publicly release training in my system, as far as allowing people to like trade and adopt my system, not trade my system, but adopt my system and make it their own. I took my responsibility as someone of teaching someone else to trade seriously. So I've seen a lot of stuff, and I think one of the things I've seen over the years is that one of the biggest challenges traders have is they're undercapitalized, or they don't know how to properly use their capitalization level. That's one thing I see a lot. Is so when we look at, sorry, I'm just analyzing the chart. When we look at some of the challenges that traders face, a lot of times it's understanding the situational awareness that they're in and properly trading the situation that they're in. That's some of the biggest challenges that I see. That's actually one of the biggest challenges I see that traders make. And the challenge too is that prop firms, the prop firms that you have opportunities to join, they don't help you. I mean, they don't. They do help you get funding. They do help you with a certain level of funding, but there's only one or two that I've found that are set up with the proper arrangements that make it so that it's in your favor. I mean, obviously they've got to protect their capital. Yeah. So for instance, Massive Dove is mentioning, you really do have to kind of look at your capital allocation. You have to trade accordingly. Also, you have to the other thing is, if you have a small capital amount, diversification is the dumbest thing you could do. You don't need to diversify. So anyways, we'll get to that later in the stream. But for now, let's just focus on the trade. Did not get picked up. I didn't get a little bit aggressive. I'm kind of using the RD scale in model. So if we want to look and see what we're at today, where are we? Son of a. Yeah, exactly. Bots or you said it. Capital is not a problem if you know how to use leverage. But even then, capital still could be a problem. I mean, really, the minimum I say for anybody to get started on futures in the MNQ is 3K. 3K you can properly scale in. You have enough. That's the P&L for today right now. Not bad. Right around 17,000. So, not a bad P&L. Let's see if we can double that. All right. Let me stop talking about stuff and let me trade. And GC did sell off. E-mini Dow. I need to change the 4-chart setup to that. Hey, Ninja Trader Start. Good to have you here. All right. Thanks. Yeah. I saw that. Manufacturing numbers in 2 minutes. So I either want to tighten up my stops here or get out of the market. I think we were going to get out of the market. Nah, let's tighten it up. Let's put them really tight. Let's lose a little bit of money here. Yeah. I was cutting it really close, trading close to the ISM there. But I figured, you know what? The chart tells me what to trade, so I'll trade this, but we'll tighten it up. Might get knocked out here. ISM numbers out here in about a minute. Sorry I didn't share that in the group. I shouldn't have to. Obviously, if you're trading, you should be watching the known news events. And have you tried a prop firm?
Stop filled. Stop filled. Stop filled. Stop filled.
Ding,
Order
my P&L
filled.
there by being
Order
an idiot.
filled.
There we go. We did get picked up on one CL lot there. I think we probably lost about 2 or 3 grand there. That was dumb. No, I've never done a prop firm. I have a buddy that owns one of the top 100 hedge funds, and I've shared this story before. And he calls me every 2 weeks still, and he says, I've been honored to come into his firm, and to do some consulting. One of these days, I might just ask him if I can just bring a camera, a crew, not a camera crew, but a dude with a camera, and maybe just do a documentary about what he does. It's fascinating. It's utterly fascinating. Anyways, every 2 weeks he asks me. For those that don't know, I have terminal cancer. So, like, much of my decision, like, I get treatment every 2 weeks. So I don't try to make a big deal out of it at all. I mean, right? For those that were around Discord this weekend, you heard me kind of bitching about it, because one of the treatments that I get, I'm actually responding well to the treatments, but one of the treatments I get really, really has bad side effects, like kind of like creates open sores. It creates my fingers to be extremely sensitive. I mean, like, to the point where it hurts to type, it hurts to do anything. My face breaks out like I'm a teenager, and then that hurts tremendously. So for right now, I mean, I'll just share. Yeah, I know you're like, dude, okay, whatever. Let me play the violins. But, like, my face burns right now. Like, it feels like it's burning. I woke up today and just the side effects have really kind of spread, and my face just feels like it's burning. But you know what? I'm a trader. I get up and I trade the market. And I'm since I've had my major surgery for cancer a couple years ago, there hasn't been a day that I haven't felt pain. So I'm just used to pain. It is what it is. I'm not asking for anybody to feel bad for me at all. I'm lucky to be alive. 30 years ago, I wouldn't have been alive. So since I'm alive, we're going to pull capital from the market. And we're going to try to do some amazing other things. I am looking at a prop firm. So, Massive Dove, I'm looking at a prop firm because I know that there's members that I have, alpha members, that are trading in prop firms, are looking at prop firms. We're short 2 in the NQ. We'll see how this works out. I don't know. It looks like it's going to move up. It looks like that's the reaction. It looks like the reaction was this initial pullback here, taking out these lows, and then it looks like it wants to actually rip up. But it's got to recapture the RDA. CL, we were up decently on that trade, but that pulled back as well. You'll see I'm going to get knocked out probably for about $100 in profit. That was just stupid to trade around that news open.
Stop filled.
But I do at least 2 stupid things a day, at least. I think you got to do 2 stupid things a day. Oh, I apologize. Thank you, Ninja Trader Shark, for telling me to be active in the voice in Discord. I'm active in Discord now as well. Yeah, I think to feel alive, you got to do at least 2 stupid things a day. Just hope you don't do 2 stupid things in like an extreme sport. So, like jumping off a cliff. Like if you're gonna do that what is that thing where you do wingsuit? If you're gonna do wingsuit stuff, just hope that that's not your stupid thing a day that you're doing.
Order filled.
I reversed. I could be wrong here, but I think it's gonna rip up. It feels like it wants to rip up more than it wants to rip down. But if I get knocked out of this trade, I'll just wait to see for a better signal here. Yeah, I'm active in voice now. So I've never been to a prop firm. I've never tried. I am looking at, so if I recommend one, I'm going to go through it first, and I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm just going to do it. Because, well, not that if I fail. I'm not worried about that. It's more of like, I don't even want to recommend one until...
Stop filled.
Until, I should be going long here. I shouldn't be this close. Let's look and see. We've got a level here, developed on chart 4. That is at 285. But at this point, it could continue to sell off because once again, the charts could be an overshoot of the RDA, overshoot of momentum. So I'm kind of quasi fading this move. On average, how I divide my 3K for every futures trade. That's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is, well, I guess I'd ask you, and this is going to sound self-serving, okay? So I'm talking to Tear Here TV. Do you have a predictive trade system like ours that we trade? Do you have an awesome predictive trade system like we do? Or do you have a reactive trade system? That's what I would ask you. So the trade system that you see me trading is a predictive trade system. We just can't trade anywhere on the chart. So risk is built into our trades because risk, basically where we trade are high probability reaction areas. So generally on most of our trades, we are trading at an area that price should already be reacting, as well as our trades tend to work out, well, given the time of the day or the volatility, but they tend to work out quickly. And we use a setup called the 4-chart setup, which is a combination of time and tick charts. You're not seeing that here in the stream because each one of these tickers that you see I'm trading, I have the 4-chart setup for each one of these tickers. So gold is testing out the daily open. I think what we do on gold is we actually sell that. Let's go there. Yeah, I missed the best entry on that, so we're not going to get too aggressive on that, but we're going to sell it. And then we're going to sell here. So to properly answer that question of yours, of as far as, and I'm not trying to, I will answer it, so I'll definitely answer it, but it depends on your trade system, right? So how would you divide your 3K account? Well, the first thing you should do is try to figure out what's your maximum buying power as far as M and Q. I would suggest a good rule of thumb: trade in thirds because you want to take profit in thirds. Taking profit in thirds is one of the best ways to take profits. It allows you to have two take profit areas, so you're taking profit along the way. Well in profit, you're paying for fees. I mean, these are decent profits. You're not like just taking scalp profits. As well as if you trade in thirds, that last third you're allowed for a runner. That's your account builder. So with an M&Q, with 3K account, you could trade up to 12 lots on a given trade with high conviction. So I would never go over 12 lots unless like you're totally convicted to the trade, meaning like, yep, this thing I know for sure is going to sell off, or this thing I know for sure is going to hold this level. I've got confirmation. It's worth the risk. My risk is going to be about 3 minutes. I'm going to take about a 3-minute risk here. If it doesn't work out in 3 minutes, I get out, but it either crosses this level or does this thing. And then you don't trade over 12. Any idea where the best tick chart available? I don't know what that question means. Bot Arms, aren't you an alpha member? I thought you're an alpha member of our training. Maybe you're not an alpha member. Well, if you're an alpha member, I share the exact tick charts to use. Those changed from time to time, but I share the exact tick charts to use. I share the exact values. I share what markets. I share what tick charts are in the training, for instance. And this is something I'm gonna mention well in advance today, because we're releasing training today, and it is an advanced training. Well, it's not really advanced. If anybody asks any members ask me any questions about the training, and they have not, and I'll just repeat this: you have not gone through the 4-chart setup, meaning the 4-chart setup basics. If you have not gone through this training, then you need to go through this training. You're ill prepared to trade the strategy that I share today. that we released today. You also need to go through the ticks and trading with tick charts, and then go through every one of our pattern libraries. If you go through every one of the pattern libraries, you will be fully prepared to share the strategy that we shared today, which is the RD scale-in factor. You'll be fully prepared. If you have not gone through that training, you are not fully prepared to execute the strategy that we released today. I know we're doing kind of a live public stream here. We're picked up on one GC trade there, so we'll see. I'll do a protective stop up here just in case GC just decides to rip up because some kind of global economic news event. On 3 lots, it probably still wouldn't hurt us, but hey, we're only in 2 lots on the NQ. I did start off a little heavy today, but once again, where are we at? We're in the middle of a range, so there's no reason for us to get heavy in the middle of a range. You have no edge in the middle of a range. I'm sorry, I'm not showing my chart anymore. Apologize. So we're up about 60, up about 10 there. Let's see where we're at in P&L wise. It does seem like it wants to rip up. So I don't know if I answered your question. Did I answer your question? Is it Tear here, TV? On a 3K account, I wouldn't go, just a general rule of thumb. You can get more aggressive, but I wouldn't go generally above 12 lots on MNQ. And then those 12 lots means that you're scaling in very intelligently. You're not just doing 12 lots on a single position. Those 12 lots generally, if you're trading our system today, you'll have the exact scale-in number to use. But I mean, it's not like I haven't revealed it before. But now we're revealing. Now I'm providing ample evidence as well as 4 different options on how to scale in. So that's the other thing. There's 4 different kind of options to scale in. Then you can divvy up, or you can figure out how to scale in, or you can combine those 4 different options into your own scale in option and call it the bot arm scale in option or whatever, whatever you're trading. So we're not going too heavy right now, obviously, because we are at the middle of a range on the NQ. GC we didn't get the best entry possible, and then it still might come back and recapture. The actual daily open. So that's something we're watching there. We do have the RDA. We do see that momentum has shifted, so we probably should move our stop up, and then we probably should sell up to that range. That's kind of within our scale-in zone. Sorry, I didn't share the RDA link. I will share it. I'm just a little unorganized. Let me share an Alpha Dan update. This will be an audio update, so I'm going to be speaking audio, so I apologize. On that sheet, we should be able to create all those numbers. Period. All those numbers are known. Here's the challenge. I'm only one man. I don't have a staff. And there's other priorities that take precedence. But if someone's here, has the skill, I'll work with them, and we can release this for the alpha community. We're up about 290 on one lot there, and then and let's look at GC. All right, so GC on the downside, the best trade that exists on the downside. Well, we got 2 trades that are possible on GC, and this is using the 4 chart setup. We're talking about chart 4 here, members. Chart 4, you should be already see that 75 spot 28 is your next trade on CL, and then your best trade that exists on the downside is 74 spot 73. That's your best next. Those are best next trades. So I think we'll do 1 entry right here, and then 1 entry right here, and then 1 entry right. Speaking of it is my CPU is being taxed a little bit today, so I have to see if I have something open that I usually don't. So here 12 lots max. So for instance, I saw a prop firm over the weekend, and you can't make more in one day. You can't make more than 30% of your overall profit for 10 days. And I was looking at that number. I'm like, dude, if I do that, like I shouldn't say this, but I want to join that prop firm and just do it every day and see what they say. Like, I just want to do it. I just want to, like, hey, my profit target is $2,500 for 10 days. What if I make $800 a day? Well, what are you going to say at the end of 10 days? Now, I understand why they have that rule, because one day might be a fluke, right? But I almost just want to join that prop firm and just have like 10 days in a row where like I make a G, like a grand, like I make like 50%. Well, 50% would be 1250. I just like to, like 10 days in a row, I just love to like make 1250 and then just see what they say. Just like, well, because they say if you make more than 30% in a day, your cycle resets, which is interesting. But I understand why they're doing that, because obviously for most people, if you're making 30% of 2,500 on a $50,000 account with I think a $2,000 loss or $1,000 loss, I don't remember the exact stats. Yeah, you're probably high risk trading. But if you do it 10 days in a row, what can they say? I almost want to just join that prop firm and just like, just kind of do it and just have the conversation. Just, I don't know. I do that just for fun. So I might do that as well. Why did I leave? I've never been with a prop firm. We're only on 2 lots on that NQ trade. This is invalid, so we need to cancel our bids. Bids are invalid. We're only in 2 lots. We're in 1 lot on GC. I don't know if we're going to get picked up. The mini Dow, we probably should be trading. I need to get the 4 chart set up on that. I know I keep saying that. I'm looking for one, though. So if you're new here, one of the best things you can do is join Discord. P&L wise, I think we're going to be around 20K here at the end of this trade for the day. Started off good pre-market, caught the very high of the overnight session. Guess you could call it the Globex session. It's trying to rip up. We didn't get picked up on that CL trade. He used the chart for momentum check to kind of so the next level on GC. Now I wish that the levels I was drawing showed up on TradingView, but TradingView doesn't allow me to stream any non-TradingView charts. So
stop filled.
We got stopped out for about $200 in profit.
Stop filled.
Is this live? Yes. I always trade live. How could it not be live? I don't. Have you ever seen anybody not trade live? I don't know. I don't watch many streams, so I'd be confused. Like, are there people out there that don't stream live or that stream non-live accounts? Oh yeah, no problem. Just options. I just man, I love to stay within the risk parameters of the prop firms. Just pull capital from the markets every day. TA. Yeah, there's 2 prop firms that I think I'm going to recommend. So, but I'm not going to recommend anything to alpha members until I pass. Here's number one. I'm not going to tell you the prop firms I'm going to until I go through both of them and I pass it and I withdraw capital. That's a true test. Oh no, this is an old video. No. I always live stream. Come on, NQ. You want me to chase you, you little, I don't know what to call you. That would be appropriate.
Order filled.
I don't know what's appropriate nowadays. My daughter's in college, and well, I mean, she's not super getting lobotomized by college, but basically she does tell me from time to time, Dad, you say some pretty inappropriate things. I'm like, I said, when you get older, and especially if you have like a terminal disease, your levels of give it an F kind of go down a little bit. Yeah, so TA, you're right. The drawdown rules that they have at prop firms are kind of like, I get why they have some of them. You have to realize too, 80% of the prop firms that you guys can find online, they don't care about you as a trader. They only care about your subscription fee. It's a numbers racket. They're the casino, and they know that, like, look, most traders, the lifetime value of most traders is going to be about 3 to 6 months. So they're looking at, I don't know this for sure. I'm just guessing, okay? So everything I say is probably completely wrong. Everything I say, don't listen to anything I say. I'm probably completely wrong about everything I say. But I assume most of these prop firms, the way they look at it is, what's our lifetime value of a trader? And then the lifetime value, what's the maximum we can get out of a trader that's unprofitable, lifetime value-wise, from a subscription basis. This might sell off, so we got to be careful here on this move here, that we don't actually get too aggressive with this buy, because it's momentum short, and what am I doing? I'm fading the market like a complete idiot. So we're probably going to reverse here. Once again, I'm fighting the system. The system's telling us that it's momentum short, but I keep thinking that it's going to rise. So we probably should reverse. Not probably. I don't know what I'm saying. Probably. The system's telling us to reverse. The challenge is on chart. Well, chart 3 is my kind of big control here. So members, why am I fading the market so hardcore? Or not really hardcore, but why am I fading the market at all? Well, if you look at chart 3, I mean, it's been momentum long since the previous day. Overnight held momentum long. It's at the slow momentum indicator. It might be going down to the RDA, right down to 3331. But so far, the buyers have bought every pullback when it's broke the lows. So that's kind of what I'm trading against. But this is probably our opportunity here to reverse. Probably tighten our stops a little bit. We're only on 2 lots, so like we're not risking a ton here. But
stop filled.
I think we reverse.
Order filled.
Not that I don't think, but. And then we'll scale in up to here. I don't know. The market's momentum short, so we either argue with the market or we don't. All right, we didn't get picked up on any of those GC trades, so what do we need to do on that chart? First thing we need to do is cancel all of our orders, because those are all invalid. If we get picked up there, we don't want to be picked up there. I guess I'll just put one trailing stop in the market. We'll see how that trade unfolds. NQ did sell off. We only got picked up for 1 lot on that. Damn it, Jim. We are trading the Rexdog system, one of the best trade systems ever developed for speculation in the world. I should not laugh when I say that, because I believe it. But I mean, I know it sounds arrogant. So I'm just very proud of the trade system I've developed. Look at that. The lows are being protected on that bad boy. Is that that's a previous day VWAP. That's what that is. Previous day VWAP. That's a free indicator as all. It's called RD key levels. RD. Oh, you know what? I'll just go straight up. We'll just go straight to the scripts. Bam. So RD key levels is the indicator that's free. Just look for that, RD key levels. And then the RDA, RX dog average. There's two of them that you will find. Yeah. Awesome, TradingView. You're really finding it real well. Well, some of these are members indicators. So that's a members indicator, the multi-time frame ribbon. The ATR one, and then the average one. That's just the average alone. And members, I had an insight. I don't know if it was a dream. I wasn't high. But there is a new indicator in the works that started last night called the Rexdog Trade System Foundation Simplistic. It is a simplification of the Rexdog trade system.
Order filled.
With the philosophy of the RD scale-in. I outlined it last night. I've kind of already had the idea, so it's not like something that I just randomly came up with. So we're in the CL trade. We did get picked up for one in the CL trade. We'll see if we get picked up for the two more lots down below. So we're in 3 trades now. As you can see, we're short the NQ, we're short GC, and we're long crude oil CL. Let's see how these roll out. Right now, CL did actually work in our favor. Challenge with CL is that chart 2 is momentum short, bias short. So it's going to be fighting momentum and bias every step of the way up. If you're new here, one of the best things you can do is join Discord down below, or follow me on TradingView if you're on TradingView, or wherever else, YouTube, wherever else you're watching. Let's see. Any other questions? Like I said, at the end of the stream today, we'll talk about how to get out of the shiny object syndrome. Good morning, Jules. How to get out of shiny object syndrome, as well as how to deal with maybe capital funding issues that you may have. We'll take the Shark Tank approach. I talked to a trader this weekend, so I want to use that example or what we talked about this weekend. Really smart individual, had a great conversation.
Stop filled.
What did we get stopped out on? We got stopped out on GC. So GC stopped us out. We did get stopped out on some profit. We'll look to get picked up on the RDA on GC. So that's chart 2 we're using as our control. The problem with the GC chart right now is that it does look like it's going to sell off, but also we're kind of in the middle of a range. It is doing a check on the 60-minute momentum. So if it loses 60-minute momentum, maybe our 1956 area that we've identified as far as the overall TA of that is valid. See if we have any other news events on deck. The 10 o'clock ISM was already over. Tomorrow, nothing really major. Motor vehicle sales, I do think that that's major. Factory orders and jolts, but those are all, yeah. All right, so we're up about $130 on that one lot in CL. We'll protect that position. We'll just put a trailing stop. We're looking to get picked up. Actually, I probably should move some of these up. We'll look for an overshoot in the daily. So we're not going to be too aggressive on GC. So let's see if we get picked up there. It looks like it's going to do a so the RD key levels, what it does, one of the levels that it gives you is what's called the previous VWAP close. This is a reaction area. What's a reaction area? This is the power of the trade system that you're seeing traded before you. It predicts areas of the chart where it will react, and then we trade those reaction areas. And then with the RD scale-in factor, you know how to scale into those trades. You have a couple of different options to scale into those trades. So for instance, this is a previous day VWAP, this little teal line you see here. It's a reaction area. What's a reaction? A reaction is prices going in one direction, and it reacts the other direction. And you can see here, yeah, there, you might say, well, it didn't perfectly hit that. Well, that's not trading anyways. So if you have that expectation, you need to change your mindset and realize this is a zone. But the previous VWAP close level is a reaction zone that price routinely at a high probability level reacts at. So that's a reaction zone that allows us to trade around that zone. Or we trade the reaction of the reaction. That's what I'm trading. I'm trading the expectation that this reaction is going to come back and check our momentum and our bias indicators and then it's going to continue to sell off in the direction that the market is saying that it's looking to head. That's kind of an overview of the system that you see trading before you. Highly effective system. I've been trading it since 2018. I've been teaching it since 2018. No, always live. So it looks like the NQ is going to find a bid here, and it's going to probably reverse and go up. So
order filled.
I'm going to reverse. We're only in 2 lots, but it looks like it's found a bid there. So how do you trade when missing 10 ticks from entry price or level? Missed always good entry.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
Oh, come on, dude.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
Damn it. Like an idiot, I'm burning through P&L doing stupid fade trades. Such an idiot. Okay, those are my 2 stupid things to do today. Got stopped out of all trades. All right. Let me make sure I'm not in tunnel vision. Let me do a 4 chart setup. Let me look at every chart and get out of tunnel vision. Well, we're at a reaction zone on the NQ. So really there's no trade there other than maybe the fade trade. And I just got too aggressive on my stops, but it does look like it wants to sell off based on momentum and bias. But the buyers are stepping up every level. So it's an orderly sell off, but it could orderly sell off down to the next level. What does chart 4 tell us? Okay. Sorry, I made 2 bad trades in a row, so I'm working on getting out of tunnel vision, making sure that I'm not in tunnel vision. So I'm analyzing the charts. We only trade charts. We don't trade any other. I don't trade moon cycles. You know, I don't trade the amount of times that Rex barks in the morning at something that he sees. Although that might be a good strategy. I should try that. Yeah. See, we're right there. Problem is, this is a fade trade, and I missed the best entry for a fade trade. So I guess we do a participation trade. Participation trade for everybody is that's just low positions. I've been trading low positions since the market opened, since I was up decently, because we're in the middle of a range.
Order filled.
The other thing is that the NQ chart is in a changeover state. So when it's in a changeover state, one of the things that I've shared that I'm going to solve the holy grail in trading. I'm going to create a way to predict ranges before ranges. Here's my goal for range prediction. I want to predict ranges early within a 1% deviation on both sides, if not less, and within 10% of the range starting. So I'm going to figure that out. That is, every new indicator that you see being released over the next 3 months is directly related to our efforts to figure out the predicting ranges before they happen. Every indicator that you see that is going to be coming out over the next 6 months is directly related towards predicting ranges. So I'm just sharing a little bit behind the scenes of what I'm working on. So we're in 1 lot there. I guess we could do 1 more lot.
Order filled.
On the NQ. So chart 4, that's a slow momentum. Discord is down below, so you'll see down below video in both the description or on TradingView, you'll see join Discord. That's how to join Discord. Then I'll just say this, if it's a fit to get started with the Rex Dog trade system, you just can't buy it. You can visit the website for more information, but send me a DM or go to the website. You'll see a link that says get started now and ask me how to get started. You're starting at a really awesome time. because we are adding quite a few things. Today, like I said, we have the new training, RD scale in ratio. I'm actually working on, while I'm trading here, I'm working on actually making sure that that looks good, and it actually is properly released here in the training site. So I will approve it here probably in a little bit. We're long on the NQ. Wow, see, we were long on. Okay, let's not get too aggressive on GC, but let's wait for a pullback to this level. So if we don't get picked up, we don't get picked up. And look at, not GC, I'm sorry, CL. Look at this GC trade, man. I'm not getting picked up there. I'm not being aggressive enough. I need to be more aggressive. What time is it? It is hour. So we have the opening range has been developed. Let's look at the opening range. The opening range has been developed. The opening range high is 328 spot 50. The opening range low is 279 spot 25. The opening range middle is 303 spot 50. We are in a momentum and bias short environment on the NQ, but the buyers seem to be continuing to step up on the pullbacks. So I would be cautiously, if you're going to be trading with momentum and bias, which you should be doing if you don't have your fade card, I would cautiously be short. But that is the directional bias of the market. We are also below the VWAP as well, so it's looking like it's going for a VWAP test. So Bot Arms asks, how do you trade when missing 10 ticks from entry price or level? Missed, always good entry. Well, Bot Arms, if you, the answer is the RD scale in ratio. I shared the exact scale in ratio. That will be released today. Let's say that you don't trade the system. Look, I'm going to start answering questions just in two ways. I'm going to answer it assuming you already trade the system or you're watching the stream because you want to adopt elements of my system, okay? Or you're an alpha member. But I'm not going to just be one of those douches that just basically says, like, just says, oh, buy my system or do my system because it's the only right way to trade. That's a friggin' douche move. Like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also answer the question in a generalistic trading way, right? So, like, it's not like, hey, buy my system, it's the only way. No, I've been trading a while. I know enough profitable traders, like real traders, like just ballers. I've seen enough traders. So I could look at your system, and I'm not being arrogant, but I could look at your system and understand the logics of how you're trading it. Like, so for instance, one of the people that I'm excited to be working with, he trades Ichimoku. I know Ichimoku very well. I think it's awesome. So, like, I mean, he can incorporate certain elements of our system in there, but I'm not going to, like, badmouth his system. Like, badmouth. I mean, there's thousands of ways to trade the market. So I'm going to answer these questions in two ways. If you are adopting elements of my system or the system, you're an alpha member. And if you just don't want to adopt them or you just have a different system entirely.
Order filled.
Generally in trading, how would you solve these challenges, right? I just think it's the right way to, I mean, if you're going to be a streamer and you're going to like talk about your trading experience, just talking about your system is kind of the complete douche way to go. So now we're going to ask, let's say you missed 10 ticks, you're not trading the system, like generally what you should do. Well, you should be journaling, first of all. And if this is a consistent thing that you see in your trade system, that, hey, I'm always missing my entries by like 10 ticks, well, number one, you should applaud yourself, because what did you just do? You've identified a key metric that you can then use as a starting point. And then you can start adopting your system to say, okay, well, I'm missing entries by 10 ticks. Well, why don't I just put my entry 8 ticks above those 10 ticks, or, make sure I'm within that tolerance of 10 ticks. So don't do exactly 10 ticks, do like 8 or 7, and then change that one thing in your system. Don't change multiple things. Don't change like, oh, I'm gonna start I'm going to change my entries by 8 ticks, and I'm going to use this new indicator, and I'm going to put my stop loss 20 ticks away. Just change one thing at a time. You cannot account for multiple changes to your trade system because you don't know. If you do that, you don't know what's working. So you need to really just, so for instance, if you are fixing an engine and there maybe are multiple things wrong, if you've ever fixed an engine, then you fixed one thing and then that fixed multiple things, that's kind of what you want to do. You want to find the most important thing that you think will have the highest impact. Damn it, dude, I'm fading the market when I should be friggin' selling the market. All right, I need to stop trading for a second. I need to either stop trading and readjust my thinking here, because I'm obviously on the wrong side of the market here in this move when the market told me clearly to sell that. So I'll give it one more opportunity here to pick me up on the long side, but other than that, I need to readjust my thinking, because I'm obviously not focused on the right directional moves of the market. I should have been with that trade. I should have been selling that. And I should have still been in the CL trade. Give me a second here before. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's crashed, but I mean, once again, the system told me to go short and I didn't go short. I'm not in any trade right now. Well, I'm long. I'm long on the NQ. And we are down $630. So, I am. I was setting up the E-mini Dow as well as looking at other things, but that's not an excuse. It's really not a good excuse.
Order filled.
So really, to end the conversation, change one thing. Your scale in, only that. First Republic news is just tanking the market. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just so everybody knows, I don't trade news. I don't have Bloomberg up in the background. I don't have a Bloomberg terminal. Like, I'm a firm believer that any news is going to be represented within the chart. And then the system adapts to the news, which is basically how it works. So, but first, yeah, I know that there's various, well, what are the, I didn't look at the, sometimes I look at the actual earnings announcements for the week. Other times I just don't care, because it doesn't matter. I'm going to trade the market regardless. But being aware of them sometimes good. So we're down about, the market's going to give me an opportunity to get out here on this trade here, on this NQ fade trade. So I got an opportunity there to get out at a decent amount, not $600 like where I'm at now. And let's see if we take it. I'm not trading aggressiveness. All right. Let me stop talking and just trade aggressive. Or not trade aggressive, but I mean actually trade. Crude oil's coming up. We've got a level here. It might break that level based on what I'm seeing here. But I wanted to trade up to that level, but we didn't get picked up. So we'll see if we get picked up here. I'm going to regret this fade trade on the NQ. So full disclosure, not full disclosure, but that's where we're at, P&L wise, 15,000. So I think this is where we started, 17. So obviously I've been doing some bad trading here. So let me focus on trading. I am fading that market. So I am fading obviously the NQ. And then I'm waiting for a I guess we can put the problem with GC is if it gets up here, it's probably gonna take out the day open. So I don't want to get too aggressive there. And I don't have the 4 chart set up on the E-mini Dow yet, so I'm not trading that yet. So I want to set that up. I was trading NQ for a while, but NQ, we're in a longer term trade, and I'm not trading it as much. I thought we were on YM. YM M3. We got it all changed up. Okay, there we go. Got my 4 chart set up, changed over on YM. Chart 2, we'll look at chart 2 and make sure that we're on the right settings there tick wise. I think we're on the right tick level there. Ooh, look at that. It's really moving. Ah, man. This freaking gold trade I did not jump on. All right, let's buy the pullbacks to momentum on chart 2. See if we get picked up there. All right, we're in profit now, about $300 on the NQ on 4 lots. Still not a well executed trade in my mind, because if it was a fade, I started too early. And number one, I wasn't trading with the momentum and bias of the market. We are fighting the momentum and the bias of the market now, so this is going to be a tough trade. I anticipate it's going to be pulling back quite a bit as it hits every momentum and bias check on the way up. I anticipate that's what we're going to see. But at least we're in some kind of profit, I guess you could say. Well, we do have this level here, which is a really obvious level on CL that it's going towards, and that is a strong or a weak level. 75.94 is a weak level on CL, and then the next strong level is which we're really watching for, was 76.92. So I don't know if we're going to get picked up on that. I'd like to get picked up on that to trade up to 76.92 if possible, but we don't want to get too aggressive there. All right, I'm going to put some trailing stops in the market now that we're kind of up at a decent clip on the NQ trade. We're up about $875. We're up. We're in 4 lots there. That was a terribly executed fade trade. Terribly executed. But, we're in profit now. We're probably going to get knocked out because we're not giving it enough room. But at this point in time, see, on fade trades, your basis is drastically important. Because fade trades, you're fighting momentum every step of the way. So on a fade trade, you need to have room for the trade to work out, because it's going to react at every momentum check along the way, unless it just aggressively wants to get to the next level. I mean, that's one thing that it could possibly do, but generally that's not the case. We're going to get knocked out here. I can see it. So see how we're fighting. Number one, there's a VWAP test. See how we're fighting momentum. Let's look at the actual internals here. Do we have the internals? Okay, what is this? What is this chart? Why do I just have this random chart? Oh, okay, I know why. There we go. Nasdaq is hitting the not only the VWAP, the RDA. So let's see if it's going to close above that. Closes above that, then it's probably going to rip up to this next level here eventually. The opening range high is up here. You can see that. This has the new opening range indicator that we'll be releasing, with also the RDA delta. So we'll be having a delta assigned to the actually opening ranges. That's one thing we're working on. That'll be sweet when we release that. Baller. All right. I'm really excited about a lot of the things we're working on. In case you haven't noticed. Look at that. Look at that. That is upsetting. That is massively upsetting.
Order filled. Order filled.
What's upsetting, you're asking? That the CL trade moved without us. That's what's upsetting. And I did call it. So, and then we missed the best entry for that, for the sell. So we're going to do a quick scalp here on this CL trade, see if we get picked up. Maybe make a couple $100 on it. We did get picked up on the GC short, so we're picked up there. At least a one lot there so far. We are in minor profit. And then we should sell up to the RDA and add a little bit more at the RDA. This is chart 2 once again. So we're up about $700, $800 on the NQ trade. We got 4 trailing stops, all in profit, but we might get knocked out of that trade because we are fading. That is a fade trade. And then I'm actually pretty upset that I missed that CL trade. I didn't have the entry in, and that was the level check. That we would have been up decent on that trade, but now we're getting an opportunity to kind of trade momentum. So let's actually trade momentum on this thing. We'll see if we get picked up here, and picked up here, and picked up here. So we'll see if we'll get picked up on CL there on a pullback. Once again, we expect this type of behavior on the NQ trade. Why? Because we're fighting momentum. We are in a fade trade. We're up about $1,100 on that bad boy now.
Order filled. Order filled.
Got picked up on the first CL trade. So we're CL long. We are short GC. One of the things we got to watch on this thing is that we don't want to be the daily open is still the target there. So it still might want to try to retest the daily open, then fail again, or just recapture it. So we just got to be mindful of that on the GC trade. But we are trading momentum. So far, we're up on everything right now. We're up about $100 in CL. We're up about, I don't know. If you could actually see that, you'd see that we're up about $1,200 on the NQ. And then we're up about $200 on the gold futures. Once again, we're trading the Rex Dog system, one of the best speculation systems ever developed. Once again, if you're new here, you definitely want to join us on Discord down below. If you're watching on YouTube, that's in the description. If you're watching on TradingView or somewhere else, it's down below the video. It says join Discord now. That's the best place to kind of I share trading tips. I answer questions. We share charts. I shared a setup today on this weekend that basically mirrored half the alt market on BNB. And what I basically said on BNB is that it's going to retest the week open. That's what I said on BNB. I said, and this was on Saturday, I said that it's so obvious the target is the week open. And that was down here. I shared that chart. I'm not one to say I told you so, but I shared that chart down here in this range.
Stop filled. Stop
and I
filled.
said this is so obvious it's going to retest the week open. That's the trade, especially when momentum and bias shifts. See, look at that. Look at how powerful the RDA is. Look at that. Bam. It recaptured the RDA, retested the RDA, held the RDA, and then once it held the RDA, it ripped up. You know, that's power in the RDA right there. I don't know why it works. I don't know. I can't explain to you the magic behind it. I just trade the magic. That's all I do. I just trade charts. I don't question why it works sometimes. I just trade charts and trade the system, and the system allows me to pull capital from the market. That's what I do. So, like, I could come up with fancy words. You know what that is, actually? That is a triple liquidity stop hunt, I don't know, smart money zone. That's what this is. This is a triple liquidity stop hunt smart money zone. So that's the trade that I did here. It's a triple liquidity stop hunt smart money zone. That's what I traded there. So we're going to put that down because I want to remember that, because that actually is probably one of the best trading phrases that I could ever. So this is a triple liquidity stop hunt smart money zone. Forever, whenever you see this trade set up, that's what it's called. The triple liquidity stop hunt smart money zone. All right. So that's a new pattern. I'll be adding that, traders. We'll be adding that to the pattern library, okay? Because we just discovered a new trade setup. It is called the triple liquidity stop hunt smart money zone. Sweet. All right. We are long. We're up about 12.10. We got knocked out on one lot on that NQ trade. We are, yeah. No, I know, not the triple. I know you're right, X Vector, not the triple. It is. Oh, you know what? Lance, that's awesome. You actually came up with an acronym. I love it. It's the TLSMHC. That is awesome. You know what? I'm going to put that down. We're going to save it for posterity. I'm going to have to. You laugh now. When y'all see it entered, when y'all, I'm talking like I'm from the actual country. When y'all see it put into the actual pattern library, you won't be laughing anymore. So it's the TLSHMZ. That is a perfect acronym. You must have worked for the government at some point in time in your life. I think Lance is a Fed. I believe Lance is a Fed. So, because he came up with that acronym way too fast. Only a Fed could come up with an acronym that fast. It's all right though. We embrace the Feds here.
Order filled.
There's no rule saying that the Feds can't pull capital from the market. I mean, they pretty much create the market as well as destroy the market. So why can't they pull capital from the market? I should shut up before I get put on some list. All right. So we're going to scale down to this level here on CL. We are down about 120 on that trade. We are up about 1,400 on the NQ trade. We'll see if that, I'm going to move our stops a little bit. Basically, I'm aligning the stops with the momentum and bias of the chart too. And then also the other thing I'm doing is I'm putting them with the extreme bands. So let's look around the chart. Don't want to protect this GC trade yet. If we look and see what's the room on that trade, once again, I don't announce this. But I don't enter a trade without actually looking for the room for the trade. So I know I don't announce it. I don't say, hey, on this trade, we're looking to go down here. Well, that's because, number one, I see it, and I know the range. I don't know, like, the exact number. So the range for this trade, for instance, on GC, I looked at the chart for, and I said, well, the first range is 1987 spot 2, and then the next range is 1984 spot 6. So, you know, I don't announce it, but if you're trading my system, number one, you should never enter a trade unless you know your take profit one, unless you know the room for that trade. And then generally in trading, you should never, if your trade system doesn't tell you where to expect profit. I don't believe in the risk reward ratios. I just think they're bogus. I think to focus on that's I think is a waste of time, because you can make a ton of money on one-to-one risk reward trades. You can make great money on negative risk reward trades if you enter the right place and you manage the trade accordingly. So, like, see, you want to use the risk reward ratio, and I say you. Generally traders want this magical risk reward ratio because you want to feel all safe. You know, it's just like, you know, if you hear a noise in your house and instead of getting up and maybe investigating the noise, you just put the blanket over your head. You know, that's one way to deal with it. You could say that. But is that the best way to deal with maybe a noise you might hear in your house? I mean, you might be trusting fate, right? Yeah. you might be saying, okay, look, if the zombie apocalypse is happening, I just would rather it get over with here, so I'm just going to cover my head with a blanket, right? Okay, well, I can't share the Discord link, just options. It's below the video. Discord or TradingView assumes that I'm going to spam my own stream here by sharing the Discord link. So I appreciate TradingView. I appreciate you protecting me from spamming my own actual, my own actual stream here, because obviously, I mean, I was going to do that. Oh, Rex is getting all tactical, by the way. So I bought him a tactical. I've got to sew it. Oh, we're up about $2,000 in that trade. Sweet. Not bad. So I bought Rex a tactical Molly harness. So it took me a while to find one his size, and I still have to modify it so that it fits him good. But Rex, I'll share a picture of Rex when he gets all tactical. I think he's going to be a medic. I think he's going to be a doc. I'm not going to make him a hardcore. He's not going to be a breacher like my nephew was. I might ask Tony what type of breaching components I could. Maybe he'll be a breacher medic. I think that's what Rex will be. So, but we're gonna outfit him first as a medic. But then I'll ask Tony how maybe I outfit him as a breacher. So for those that don't know, my nephew Elite is a Marine. I mean, I don't say former Marine, because once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. But he was in the Marines. One of his roles was a breacher, which is a pretty badass job. So Rex is going to follow in the line of Tony. He'll be a medic breacher. He really doesn't have a say in the matter either. So I don't know how happy he is about this whole thing. He wasn't happy when I tried it on, when I had him try it on this weekend.
Stop filled.
All right, we got knocked out. We're taking some profit because it's at a reaction zone. We are at a level in chart 4, so that's one reason why I'm allowing the profit to be taken and not like giving more room to the trade. It could pull back deeper here, which we might enter. But the next zone that we're looking at on the NQ, the next sell zone, is right around 345, 350. If we look at, obviously, chart 3 is a little bit ahead of that. We do have the high for the overnight at 371. So that's probably where it's trying to go. If I was more patient, I probably should stay in that trade for that, but we won't. So at the end of the stream, I will share kind of my thoughts on getting out of the shiny object syndrome, as well as maybe you're not well capitalized, maybe some thinking about how to capitalize yourself. I talked to a trader this weekend, and very, very smart, great conversation, very smart guy, but also I asked one question. Well, I asked him, so for instance, if I talk to you, or if we ever talk, and I ask a question like,
filled.
Okay, we got picked up for the CL, and then we're down
Stop filled.
Decent on that thing right now. So I should have waited to actually get picked up on that thing a little bit lower. Look at that reaction from that level. Like I was upset that I didn't get picked up at that level. So you'll see that's why I started taking profit here on the NQ. It is messing around with the daily open of the actual NQ. The index, it might be pulling back to its daily open. Once again, there's two daily opens, obviously. There's the index, the NDX, and then there is the daily open of the actual NQ. So it might be
order filled.
Might be pulling back. The actual NDX might be pulling back to the daily open. So I'm not ready to scale into this trade. We're only in one lot. We did get knocked out. So I'm prepared to probably scale in down to the RDA and then scale in down to here if we get knocked out of this trade. So that's what I'm prepared to do at this point in time, based on where the chart sits. Sorry, I'm not showing my trade. I apologize.
Order filled. Order filled.
Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. CL is starting to punish me a bit, isn't it? Maybe it's going to sell off more. Oof.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
It might be changing over. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if we ever talk, the question I would ask, are you a profitable trader? So, like, you should be able to answer that question like yes or no. But this person, and I'm not calling them out. I mean, we had a great conversation, so I'm not going to reveal anything personal. But this person, they didn't say yes or no. They started to explain themselves. It's a really simple question. It's a yes or no question. Are you a profitable trader? It's not, well, some days I'm profitable, other days I'm not, or, you know, this situation came up. No, it's, are you a profitable trader? And I directly asked that question because, and I'll share the story at the end, but I directly asked that question because the answer to that question is important, because where you spend your time and your effort, if you're a profitable trader, it's a simple answer is what I'm saying. And if you don't answer it, you don't answer no or yes, there's no in between. You're either a profitable trader or you're not. I mean, you could maybe say I'm on my way to profitability, but you're either a profitable trader or not. It's a simple P&L answer. It's like, how much, not even time, how much capital have you put into the market, have you allocated to risk in the market? And then, like, are you positive on that number? Are you negative on that number? It's not a, there's no real argument. Of course there's a learning curve. Of course you could say, hey, look, the first year I traded, I was all over the map. I was emotionally trading. I had no idea what I was doing. No, I get that. But the answer to that question of are you a profitable trader is a simple yes or no. You either are or you aren't. And there's no judgment in that. It's just more of, okay, if we start from that baseline of the truth. Remember if you were on the stream last Friday, I said one of the best things you can do is look in the mirror and ask yourself if you're lying to yourself. It's going to be hard for a lot of people, but if you do that, you know, a lot of people are lying to themselves. And so, for instance, if you can't answer that question distinctly, like, am I a profitable trader, and you equivocate on the answer and you make excuses, you need to get to the point where you're yes or no, because then you're telling the truth. Like, look yourself in the mirror and say, am I a profitable trader? No BS, nothing. Just look yourself in the mirror and say, am I a profitable trader? Yes or no? The answer, this is an answer we can actually get to. It's not like some kind of mystery of the universe, right? And I know I'm speaking low level here, but I mean, whether or not you're a profitable trader is not some mystery of the universe. You either are or you aren't. And then everyone hearing my voice right now has the potential to be an elite trader. You have the potential. But it's one of the hardest things you're ever going to do in your life, because no one else is going to believe that you have the potential. No one else is going to support you. Plus, every single day you're going to get up and you're going to get negative feedback from the market. Every single day the market's not going to reward you for being right. Even when you're right, the market doesn't reward you. It still makes, when you are right, like when you're trading good, the market still makes it feel like you're actually doing something wrong. It still likes to punish you even when you're right. So don't think that you're going to get up someday and magically things are just going to be like, you're just going to be in this magic, flowy, cotton candy place of trading. That doesn't exist. Like, every day is a struggle. It's a struggle, man. Every day. Like, some days, I mean, obviously it's an easier struggle when you have a system like mine and you're trading a system like mine and you trade it with conviction, it's an easier struggle. It's still a struggle. It's still like, you see me, I mean, for those that have been following me the last couple of weeks, you're seeing a trader that has developed a really bad habit to trade the market, still profitable, but has developed a very bad habit to trade the markets. Deal with solving that bad habit, because he knows one day that bad habit is gonna really, really hurt. I mean, like, I don't know if there's any, I used to really follow boxing. I don't follow boxing anymore. But like, my bad habit is going to hurt so much that it'd be like me getting in the ring when Tyson was in his prime. Like, that's how bad my bad habit's going to hurt one of these days. So I'm trying to address it before I step in the ring with this dude named Tyson in his prime, right? Even now, I wouldn't want to step in the ring with Tyson now. Like, the dude would still destroy me now. Plus, he'd be high on shrooms. So, like, he might, I guess I might have a chance, because if he's high on shrooms, he might see 5 of me. So it might be a little bit easier to fight Tyson now, because he'd be high on his own shrooms, and he might be trying to fight 5 of me. So it might be a little bit easier now than in his prime, but barely. All right, we're up on that. I scaled in. Hey, for those that are wondering, what did I do on the CL trade? So that we went, I used the RD scale in factor on that trade. And as you can see, we're up $1,400 on that trade. Right here. You can't see it because obviously I used the RD scale in factor there on that trade. That is trading that will be released today for members. And if you join, you have access to that training today. So we're short on GC 2 lots. We're up about $420. We're waiting to get picked up on NQ pullback. You can see all my scale ins here. We are in the actual CL trade. We're up around $1,600 in that trade. Use the RD scale in factor. And then we're short on GC. Probably get knocked out of that trade. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get knocked out of that trade. But we're in profit, about $400 on that thing. So not bad. Maybe we can ride this CL trade up for a little bit more. Maybe we can make about five grand on this trade. That would be great. Market, will you allow me to make $5 grand on this CL trade? Let's see. Maybe you will not. I'll take what you give me. Whatever you give me, market, I'll take it.
Stop filled.
Yeah. As I say that, the market wants to take me out of 4 lots. You little bastard. All right, we'll divvy you up. The market said, you know what? No, dude, you're not going to get to make $5 grand. I'm going to knock you out here in profit. Whatever. I'm just now putting in, we're in 4 lots left. So I just divvied up that trade into 4 trailing stops. Maybe we can stay in that trade a little bit longer. Otherwise, I don't want to take a loss on it. Why should we take a loss if we don't have to? We can always start over down below. All right, looks like we're going to be picked up on this NQ trade maybe. I didn't trade down to that. Just looking to trade momentum here today. So once again, got to work on getting my fade card back. Any other questions on YouTube or TradingView?
Order filled.
All right, we got picked up on one of the NQ trades. We'll see here. We're in 1 lot there. Move these down. It is an RDA check on chart 4 as well as a momentum check on chart 1. I don't have any protective stops in there. I probably should have some protective stops. Stop playing around. Where are we at P&L wise today?
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, we're getting picked up on the NQ. Once again, we're using the RD scale-in factor there. See if the scale-in trade works to our favor. I think it will, but we'll see.
Order filled. Order filled.
Getting picked up. We're slowly making our way back to where we were at P&L wise. Slowly.
Order filled. Order filled.
So current P&L up about 16,533. 16,533.
Order filled.
Man, this NQ trade is really pulling back, man. Damn.
Order filled.
Volatility really is hitting up in this spot.
Order filled.
Oof, oof, oof. Little painful little trade there, isn't it? All right, next zone. Damn. Well, I guess I should have shifted momentum.
Order filled. Order filled.
Got a level check there. See if that gives us an opportunity to break even or lose a little bit. But we are down pretty bigly. About 4K on that trade.
Order filled. Order filled.
As the former president would say, pretty bigly. Please don't fail at momentum. That's what he said. Might fail here at the momentum check, so we got to be mindful of that. Let's see. You can rip up, man. You can do it. Market gives us an opportunity. We have to make a decision. Do we get out at break even or a little bit of a loss there? We have to make that decision here if the market gives us that opportunity. So let's see. Will the market give us the opportunity to get out, break even, or make a little bit of profit? Looks like it's getting close. Question is, how much do we wait? Do we wait or do we not? Ooh, don't like what it's doing there. But it did find a bid at that level, so I have to kind of decide, do we take a little bit of risk more than we want to? Scale down a little too aggressively early? We'll see if this market gives us an opportunity to get out or take a decent or actually take a greater loss than we want to take on it. Probably should have took that opportunity there, given that it was at the momentum check and it was just stalling there. Overshoot of the momentum check. First check of that momentum, but we'll see here. Give a little bit of time. We are at 10:15, so it's not at an hour. We don't expect increased volatility here, so normal market behavior, we do expect at least some kind of bid to hit the market there in that zone, given it's a strong level, but we'll see. We will see. Otherwise, we'll have to take probably a $4,000 loss on that thing. Worst case scenario. Well, worst case could be bigger than that, but I mean, we'll see. Wasn't prepared for that deeper pullback, or I just didn't. Probably should have been a little bit less aggressive on the actual entry. All right, the market's going to give us an opportunity to get out here, maybe at a decent clip, like maybe make a little bit of money, or just at a decent clip and pay a little bit of fees. We're going to take it.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, I took it. Might continue to go up, but you know what? We got out at about a $400 loss. Not bad for being down from 4,000. Once again, my philosophy is the RD scale-in factor, just so you know. I'm going to share with the philosophy of the RD scale-in factor. And this is going to go above many, and I don't mean this from like you're not smart enough, but like what I'm going to share with you here in a second with the RD scale-in factor is some of you are not going to appreciate
Stop field.
the opportunity that this provides you, okay? Because you just saw it in action. The RD scale-in factor using the rec stock system provides you with, if you scale in, and actually we would have been in profit actually if I would have just stuck with this a little bit more, allows you the opportunity 80% of the time when trading momentum and bias trades.
Stop field.
The market will give you one opportunity to break even or have a minimal loss 80% of the time. And I'm never going to go above 80%. See, look at this. I could have stayed in this trade and I would have been profitable. I just wasn't patient enough. Number one, I was fighting momentum, so I didn't want to I just didn't want to risk the capital anymore. So we can always start over, right? We can start over right now. We can starting over on this trade at a lower. I mean, we were in 16 lots, so it would have been nice to be able to capture that profit there, but I got out with minimal loss. Protecting my capital.
Stop field. Order filled.
And we are out of the CL trade completely. So that sucks. We'll see if it pulls back to the other level here. So we'll look to see if we can get pick back up on the CL trade on a pullback. And then I'm not getting too aggressive on the NQ trade on the pullback. We do see it did hit a level, did hold, but once again. So let me distinctly say this, and everybody that if you're listening or if you're watching or whatever, like I want to share something with you that is like almost unheard of in trading, okay? And I'm not bragging. I'm not like trying to toot our horn here or anything like that. I just want to share with you what the trading that we're releasing today and the power of it, okay? The RD scale-in ratio, what it provides is over 80% of the time, if you use this ratio and you trade at high probability momentum areas, over 80% of the time, the market will provide at least one opportunity to get out at break even or a minimal loss. All right, you're going to have to be muted, dude. I don't know who you are, but like if you're on audio, you're going to be muted. JDS, I'm muting you. Now, here's the hard part of this, okay? You must decide when given the opportunity to exit your trade or stick with the trade when the market provides you with this opportunity. But I would ask you this, okay? Whatever trade system you trade, I'm never going to say, even if the numbers... Now, in the training, I actually do another evidence. If you've been in the training, you know what I do is I introduce you to the system at a 10,000 foot level, and then there's about 3 hours of evidence where we go over every market randomly, tickers, and I show, look, the system works. This is the first part of evidence.
Order filled.
So with the scale-in ratio, for instance, what I do is I do the same type of thing. I say trust but verify. Trust me, but verify this. But I'm going to provide you about an hour of showing you where the scale-in ratio works 80% of the time, and it gives you at least one opportunity to exit your trade at break even or a minimal loss. Now, of course, the hard part is that, like I just had to do, I had to take it. What did I have to do in that scale-in, and what am I doing now? I'm rescaling into this trade like an idiot. What did I have to do? I had to take that opportunity to scale to get out of that trade when the market provided me that opportunity. So that's the key. The key to this is that, you know, I would ask you, does your trade system provide trade entry areas where 80% of the time in your trade management you get at least one opportunity to break even? At least one opportunity to break at an 80% time, at an 80% factor. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Like, this is so, this I know this will be so underappreciated, and I don't mean that from a arrogant, but I just know, because I know personally, I know the amount of effort and time back testing, data analytics that it has taken for us to get to this number. Because I lived it, because I did it. So I know the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that, like, members, you're just given the results of all this blood, sweat, and tears. Like, I know I'm never going to be thanked or appreciated for it at the level that the opportunity that exists with it. Damn it, why the fuck am I fading this? Sorry. I'm fading this move again like a stupid idiot. I don't want to reverse here because this entry is terrible. I should have just sold that up there. Fucking A, I'm falling back into bad habits. Pissing me off. Come up and friggin' at least give me an opportunity, otherwise I'm going to sell. I didn't get picked up on the CL trade either.
Order filled.
Bastard. There we go. We're in one CL. It's either going to hold this strong level here or this. Well, I mean, it's a strong weak level. So it's not like exactly a strong level. I'm not going to answer that. I'll watch that later here in the Warrior. Okay. So CL, we're up $20. Sweet. And then the NQ trade, we did trade that level. So I entered a little bit. I didn't add to that because I didn't want to take any more risk than where we're at. This level might hold. I mean, it very well might hold. But, I mean, if you look at the 5, it's lost momentum and bias. And then I think it's lost the OR. Yeah, it lost the OR low. So it might come up and test the OR low. But then the best trade is at 287, selling at 287. If it gets up there, which is up here. So I'll reverse up there, or I should reverse either here. If it breaks momentum, if it breaks the fast momentum. Yeah. God damn it.
Order filled. Order filled.
Sorry. Fucking A. Being a dumbass, trading fucking... Sorry. I'm trying to... I'm friggin' fading the market when I shouldn't be fading the market like an idiot.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
Piss me off. Stupid ass trading. I don't know why I have this insistent need to fade the market. Pissing me off though. I'm not going to fade the market anymore. Although when I don't fade the market, then I enter at the wrong place. That's because I'm fucking chasing the market. I'm not trading the system. Fuck you. Okay. Piss me off. It's my own fault. I'm pissing myself off. I'm the dumbass making the mistakes. I'm just friggin' pissed that I'm friggin' falling into this old stupid fading habit. It's really pissing me off. And why the hell I have to fade the market so much. Alright. Anyways. Let's focus. Well, I'm focused. I'm just pissed. I'm just pissed that I'm fading the market. I'm pissed that I'm trading against the system. Utterly pissed. It's the stupidest thing I could do. All right. RDA check. 228 is our target. If it sells off more, 228. And then maybe an overshoot of that down to 207. 200 or so range is our kind of our target. I burned through P&L just doing stupid ass trades. Just like those, the last 3 trades were just terrible. Just absolutely terrible. All right. Don't do that anymore. All right. Yeah. And then this is where I wish I was actually fading right here when it does this crap. But you know what? We'll wait to scale in up above. All right, let's continue with what I was doing. I'm just waiting for the market to either move or, you know, we got knocked out of multiple trades here. Or I still kind of want to be in. Like, for instance, the CL trade, I'd still want to be in that one, but got knocked out of that. Got a little aggressive on the stops. Probably should have gave it a little bit more room. And then the NQ is deciding it's probably going to hold this level low and come up and sell off. So, I mean, the chart still says to be momentum short, so we'll do that. We will be momentum short. Oh, sweet. What was that? That was a weird noise. Just need to be patient on this NQ trade. Really, there's nothing to do at this point. Either get out here and I get out and take a loss, or I scale in more with the expectation that it's going to do what the momentum says it's going to do.
Order filled. Order filled.
Like the only thing on deck for that trade. Other than that, we're looking to maybe get picked up on the CL. GC looks like it's going to continue to sell off, but I missed the best entry there. So I could chase the trade, I guess, if I really wanted to, or we could look to maybe get picked up here on an RDA check, and then also here. So that's kind of like the pullback trade. Is wait to get picked up on a pullback there on that trade, and then put a protective stop there. That's kind of where we're at on GC. Otherwise, just miss the trade. Did not get picked up on the CL trade. It does look like it's gonna. We're in the middle of a range there, so I'm not getting too aggressive. And then I'm not trading. I'm not really looking at the E-mini yet because I haven't done any TA on that. So that I just added to the setup today. So, you know, usually when you see something like this where it just holds this range and it holds the level, then the move to the downside probably isn't on deck, meaning that it's probably going to go test out first before it actually, however you want to explain it. I don't care how you explain it, like it's building momentum or it's building energy, however you want to explain it. That's what we kind of see happening on the NQ. So on this trade, obviously I chased the trade a little bit on that reversal. And And then now it's just a matter of, okay, is it going to do what we expect it to do, which is come up, hit the momentum, sell off. So not the best executed trade there at all. Those 4 trades I've done in a row are terribly executed. I'm actually really mad. I'm upset. Pretty pissed at myself for friggin' trading like an idiot.
Order filled.
Ah, look at that. We're getting picked up on the NQ trade. I was right. So that, really it was the opportunity to do exactly what I said.
Order filled.
Which is like either scale, get out right there and scaling up above, or stay with the trade and kind of scale in into the scale in plan. Either way, terrible trade. Terribly executed trade. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So obviously I still have my stupid ass habit I got to deal with, which is just
order filled.
That I have this incessant need for whatever dumbass reason to fade the market consistently. It just pisses me off. Just like such a, like I know I'm doing it in real time and I'm getting better at addressing it, but I still hit the buy or sell button. So like it's one of my last, I just have developed a habit to for whatever reason fade the market and aggressively fade the market instead of trade the system to its maximum potential. So it just utterly pisses me off that I do that. All right, we're not going to get so aggressive on this actual GC trade. We'll actually scale in up here because it looks like it might be heading to the upside. So we'll scale in around the RDA on chart 2. It's kind of what we're looking to do. It might be looking for a little reprieve on the sell-off. So that's one thing to look at. That's why I'm kind of moving up my entries on the GC trade, because it might be trying to come up and test maybe some of the momentum indicators on the actual 60. So that's what we're watching. Yep. Hey, it's Cube. Well, we're down 580. I did do a test on the previous day VWAP. We are down 190 on the GC trade, looking to get picked up here. And then we're down 50 on the CL trade, and then we'll look for that level. So where's that level at? Why is that level there? Oh, I see. We got another level here that we should trade against. So I know it's a pretty big scale in factor there on the GC trade down to there, but there's one other opportunity to scale in right here. So that's what we'll scale into on the GC trade. All right, so it's about to be the 11 o'clock hour, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna get pretty strict about my streams, meaning that I'm still gonna trade through the afternoon. If you want to actually kind of be aware of my trades, follow Discord, because I share in Discord. I might even stay in voice through lunch in Discord if I feel like it, through the lunch session, because once again, what do we know about lunch?
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for wimps.
So, but I still take lunch. So if you want to like follow along, the best thing to do is actually join Discord. But I am going to end right around 11 o'clock regardless of what trades we're in. But I'll share the P&L before we go, and then I'll share kind of like how I'm going to manage the trades. So you'll see here on the NQ trade, we're in profit now. We'll see if that level holds. Really, it's all about the 361. 361. If 361 holds, then it's going to hold. If it doesn't, then it's going to sell off. So right now it's holding. And it's trying to hold that lower level. It tested that 5-minute level there. So if it holds that, it's going to hold. Once again, though, if I would have scaled in properly, the market would have gave me an opportunity to get out at break even. I didn't scale in properly. I chased this trade like a dumbass. Like an idiot. Chasing the trade, chasing the trade, chasing the trade. I need a theme song. But here at about 15 minutes or like 10 minutes before the fucking piece of shit. Sorry. I got an opportunity to get out. I didn't take the opportunity to get out on this NQ trade. And now it's like, you know, it's using that level, like I said, to hold. That's so friggin' obvious. That's what I get for chasing the friggin' trade, though. Dumbass. Sorry, I'm just trying to put in my head not to fade the market so much. That's my last bad habit. If I can solve that, then, like I said, we're going to have deity level friggin' trading. If I can solve my incessant need to friggin' fade the market, then the friggin' trading is going to be, that's not even the trading. I'll be showcasing the system every single day, and it'll be so badass that just it would be undeniable. Like an idiot, I have to friggin' fade the market. Sorry if you're part of my stream. You're part of my self-corrective talking to myself to not be a dumbass trader. Once again, market gave me an opportunity to get out. I did not take it. I mean, until the RDA breaks, I really don't have a reason to take it, but obviously the buyers are stepping up every step of the way. And also, we broke momentum on the 60, so I'm expecting an RDA test there. So that's the other thing that I'm trading against. So I'm just not trading randomly. I mean, I'm expecting an RDA test. And then CL, we're looking for another level test there. Still, it's not a good trade to be in, to be down, up 1,000, down 1,000, up 1,000, down 1,000. It's still not a great feeling in trading to be in a trade like this. But we will see how that unfolds. In about 5 minutes, I'll share the story, or I'll share kind of the feedback or my thinking on kind of shiny object syndrome. Also, how to deal with maybe a capital challenge. Then we'll end the stream for this. I probably will stream in the afternoon. It all depends on kind of what happens with the release of the training and kind of like how my time is. But I plan to stream in the afternoon. Look at that. Piss poor trade. Terrible trade. Pissed me off. Fucking A. I don't care. I mean, I care about the money. I care more about the bad trading. That's what I'm more pissed off about. I'll take the loss.
Order filled. Order filled.
But I shouldn't take the loss. I mean, I shouldn't be in this position. Well, yeah. This trade here is still executed poorly. I'm still on the right side of momentum. But the 3 trades that I did before that, like, just were unacceptable. Once again, I'm trading. I'm still have this bad habit of fading the market. Pisses me off. I don't know why my need. I know what it is. It's a need for a challenge. It's like it's too. I know this is gonna sound stupid, but the system sometimes is too easy to trade, and I have this insistent need for some stupid ass challenge to challenge me instead of like, you know what, do something else that challenges you. It's so stupid. My looks like it's gonna hit the opening range again. It is above the opening range. Yeah. Should have faded that move. See, that's the problem. Like, so what the challenge is then, okay, so I do a couple bad trades, and then basically, then it shakes my conviction around fading, because I'm a decent fader when I'm actually fading right. I'm a pretty good fade trader. So then I don't take the fades that I see because I'm trading bad.
Order filled. Order filled.
So it changes my. If you look at like inside my brain or inside me, there's this conviction meter, right, on how I trade, and like when I do trades against the system, and they're not high effective fades, it then flips my conviction meter in the opposite direction, and then I end up not taking the fades that I clearly see in the market that are quick trades that I would take, that I would be when I'm in the zone. But then like, so then I go through this adjustment period like I am now, where it's like, okay, and then sometimes I'm in a crap trade like this, where basically, hey, I'm trading the right direction based on the system, but I chased the trade with the expectation that it was going to continue the sell-off, when really it wants to come up and test momentum again. It wants to see whether or not, I mean, it could hold momentum. So right now, we don't know yet. It could hold momentum here. So that's one thing that I'm looking at is, okay, it could hold momentum, it could switch momentum, and then that could be the low for the day. So we could see the low for the day here. Typically, you don't see the low for the day around this time, but this could be the low for the day. So that's the other factor that I'm kind of weighing into this whole situational, the trading that I'm doing here. It's still, it's not the system, it's me. That's what sucks. It's like, it's me fighting the system. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. We're only on one lot on CL because I didn't aggressively trade that either. So once again, when I get into this mode, it kind of affects all my trading, as you can expect. And I'm not scaling in any more than this here on this trade, just because the scale in is up above. That's really where it is. So our basis is fine. If this is going to sell off and go to the RDA, our basis is fine here. It's not as good as it should be. But if it's gonna do the eventual move that we're looking for on chart 3, then we're fine here. There's no reason to add to our basis here. We have enough powder to add above anyways. It's just a matter of waiting for that right moment and then scale in where we should have really scaled in. Or I should have really scaled in. There's no real we unless I'm talking about Rex. Right, buddy? And I can't wait to get you tacticaled out. Yeah, man. It's about time you get tactical. You're old enough. Ooh, look at that. We're down $2,600 in that trade. That sucks. We'll hit it hard when it gets up there. Like an idiot. I mean, I got 2 opportunities to get out of that trade, didn't I? I did. But once again, my what I call my conviction field, like level or conviction meter, got off kilter. And then when my conviction meter gets off kilter, then I usually do a series of like 3 or 4 bad trades. And then I get pissed at myself. And then I then get really focused. And then I then start executing at the level that I expect myself to execute trades at within the system. So this cycle I've identified, and I'm still not able to break right now. I'm still in this cycle from time to time, which utterly sucks. Guess that's life in the big leagues. Okay, so we're gonna end the stream. We're about 10 minutes out, and then the plan on this trade is once it gets up here, we're just gonna scale in deeper, and then we're gonna expect the market to do what it should do, which is sell off, or what not the market should do, what our system tells us it should do. I should have been more patient and waited for that zone, but I guess I could be being it could have turned right here. That's the other challenge why I'm not getting out. It could turn right here because it's at chart 4, but it's probably going to go up and check the momentum area, the momentum and the bias check up here, which then that's where I'd want to scale in more. But obviously this could be the low for the day, so that's the other thing. So the one thing I got to watch on this thing is this could be the low for the day. It was an RDA overshoot. It is hitting momentum, and maybe it's going for the daily open. So if it's going for the daily open, the NDX, then that's kind of like the next trade zone, and that's probably where it's going, and that's going to even piss me off more that I didn't friggin' fade this move, and that my friggin' conviction meter was friggin' off, because that was the trade that exists. That was the awesome trade that exists. The fade trade was actually the best trade that exists at that given moment, instead of the stupid momentum trade chasing it. So that's one reason why I'm pissed, is that I'm in the market, but I'm on the wrong side of the trade, and I'm wasting my energy. I'm wasting my thought. I'm wasting my energy. I'm wasting my focus on being on the wrong side of the market. I'm utterly pissed. All right. What do I want to name this thing? All right. Let's go to the media. It's going to go for the daily open, you little bastard. I don't think it's going to fail here. It might fail here.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right. I'm working on a few things here too, so that's the other thing I'm doing on the side. I'm not sitting watching the chart, by the way. I'm literally just working on other things. Sorry, I'm not showing my trade. I apologize. Wasn't trying to hide it. I just wasn't showing it. All right, so we only got picked up on one GC trade once again. not being aggressive on that trade. Yeah, NQ is going to pull back probably to like 282 and probably hold up. I wouldn't be surprised if it holds up at 282. So I'm not really expecting much on that thing as far as like, is it going to pull back to my entry? It might. It very well might, but like I don't expect it to. I expect it to continue up. All right, where are we at? So far we're up 150 on GC, we're down 180 on CL, and then we're down 3,000 on NQ. But like I said before, it's going to hold momentum there. It's going to hold bias and momentum at 382. It's exactly what happened. Like, it's pretty clear that's what was going to happen. And as we see, that's what happened. Might fail here, possibly, but I don't think so. I think it's going to go up to the RDA, maybe even expand it. Maybe even, like I said, the NDX is going for the daily open. That's where it's fucking going. And I didn't fucking trade that. Like a dumbass. Sorry. I do swear off stream. So, and I swear when I get extremely pissed. So I apologize if that, challenges your sensibilities. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. But, yeah, I'm not happy. Okay, what the hell, dude? What the hell is wrong with this thing? Why is it not? You know, every single day, something with technology has to screw up that. Like, as much as I enjoy technology, every single day something with technology screws up. Down 4,600 on that trade. Once again, I called it the whole step of the way.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay. You're too loud. Shut up. All right. There you go. One lot, 3 lot reaction area. Stop loss placement, scale and full overview, total position size, lot size, options. True basis. Like, I don't know where to. Probably right here. Yeah. We're only in a 1 CL trade, and then once again, like, I called the whole friggin' trade on this thing.
Order filled.
I wonder if that CL is going to hold up. I just don't like where it's at because it's in the middle of a range. So like I'm in the middle of the range there. I just don't like where it's at. Okay. So I got that, copied that, and then we'll go to here. Put that there. I'm gonna have to restart. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Windows, like, consistently has memory leaks. I don't care what anybody says. Like, Windows always has memory leaks no matter what.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, there we go. We got picked up. Well, once again, my prediction was right. Fucking dumbass. Friggin' did not trade. I should have traded the RDA check. Fuck you, dude. Sorry, I'm swearing at myself.
Order filled. Order filled.
Yeah. I'll trade myself out of that. Whatever, dude.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
You know, could just keep going. We could just keep going to this next level, actually. So let's trade that next level. Could just keep going up there. Then I'll wish that I would have just traded this. Terrible trading.
Order filled.
Don't trade this style. It's terrible. But if you got enough capital to trade yourself out of a trade, then you can do some stupid ass trading like this. All right, let's focus on this. We're on the next to that exception there. All right, that is an exception, dude. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Don't do that. Sorry, I'm talking to someone else. Sorry, I'm not showing my trade. We're down about 9 G's.
Order filled. Order filled.
Where are we at? There we go. What is the NDX doing? Is it really going to hold the day open? Maybe it will. Yeah, that was such an obvious trade. God, I'm so stupid for doing that. Well, I'm going to take a break at lunch, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to not, number one, I'm going to end the day at 30K, if not more. So I want to watch this chart as I trade myself out of this trade, because this chart actually is more important than actually what's happening on the NQ. You know, we don't have the internals up today. That's one thing I noticed. I don't have the internals up. Oh shit, Bitcoin sold off too. Damn, that's a pretty deep sell-off there. I don't see that. Oh yeah, the triple liquidity stop hunt, smart money zone.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Where are we at? Okay, there. We got that. We got that. Need to put another thing in there. just perfectly holding momentum like a little bastard. Got that. Need to go to this. Like, you know, user interfaces nowadays too, they also feel like you want to click shit nonstop. Like they have this like incessant need that you just want to click buttons all the time. I really don't understand it. Like, I don't think the people that design this stuff actually use this stuff, because if they did, they wouldn't want to click all these buttons to get to like all these features. Like you don't, like, it's like every time you have to like click 7 different buttons to do like one thing. I mean, obviously you can learn like your keyboard shortcuts, but like, I swear, user interfaces I think they're intentionally making them frustrating to use. I really do. These little, I think there's the UI army, the GUI army. They want to frustrate the world because they probably hate their jobs or something. I don't know. But I'm increasingly, every new release of something, not every new release, there's some software that's getting better. So for instance, Xmine's getting better. I use a tool for plotting out my novels and my writing called Plotter, Plottr. That tool's pretty awesome. That's getting better. What's another tool that's getting better? None of the trading tools are getting better. I'll tell you that much. Maybe a little bit here and there. But like TradingView like doesn't have tick charts. You know, so like, what the hell, man? I'm watching the chart. I'm also working on a couple different things too. Like I said, I don't sit there and watch charts usually when I'm trading. That's also one of the things that I'm still dealing with streaming. I know I keep talking about this, but basically I'm still dealing with the fact that I'm watching charts nonstop. On my usual stream or my usual trading, I am not watching charts incessantly like I am here. So that's the other aspect of this that is maddening. All right, well, the day open held, I might have to get out of this trade at a tremendous loss. Something around $7,000. Booyakasha. But we'll see. We'll give it a little bit of opportunity to figure out whether or not it's a hold the day open there. Let's go to Canva. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. You know, Mark LC, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't checking the like Lance Bailey. I'm sorry, I wasn't checking the chats or anything. Lance Bailey, I hope it does not come off the wrong way, but as a 2-year newbie, it helps that you still have bad habits to work on with your P&L. I always thought you no longer had any struggles. Oh no. Dude, I got a major struggle. My major struggle is like, I have enough capital to trade myself out of this trade even now. Like, I can keep buying all the way up to here, all the way up to here. I can keep buying. I'm not properly allocating my capital that way, but that's a habit that I've developed to trade. So yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Like, you say you're a 2-year newbie. I mean, you're always a newbie, actually. You always have something to learn in trading, like, because you're always squashing some kind of new habit. Because like, you don't magically start making money and have a lot more capital and then don't make stupid trades. Like, you know, you actually start to make bigger stupid trades. That's actually, at least that's what I've experienced. I don't know. I mean, and all the traders I know that are successful, that's kind of what's happened. Like, it's not like you like suddenly have this magical insight and like you're just super, like, you never make any dumb mistakes and you never do anything. No, your just mistakes are just a little bit bigger and just sometimes a little bit stupider. Like, because you know better. That's the challenge. Like, and I forgot, you know, you're right, Mark LC. Today as markets are closed in Europe. Like, I remember that was in my pre-market and I forgot to mention that and I forgot to take that into account. But that's the key. I mean, that's the, so yeah, I mean, this is real trading. I mean, this is being like, once again, trading against your system and then being an idiot. Like, that's what it is. Like, it's not, there's no
order
I can't
rejected.
sugarcoat it. There's no sugarcoating the fact that this is a bad trade.
Order filled.
I'm getting out of that CL trade because it's not moving, and it looks like it's going to move against me. And then the GC trade, I mean, we're just in one lot, up about $230. So I'm gonna cancel that trade, and then we're gonna actually just put in trailing stops on that one lot there. I mean, it might actually rip up GC. I wouldn't be surprised if it rips up here, but it looks like it's going for that 60-minute level at 1985. So that looks like where it's going. We don't know that yet, obviously, but that might be where it's going. So
order filled.
We'll see. Yeah. So I mean, Lance, to continue your point, you're spot on. I mean, you're sorry, I'm not showing my trade. I really wanted to watch that chart. You're spot on as far as like, I mean, well, I guess I didn't take it the wrong way at all because it's just the way it is. Like, I'm an aggressive trader too, so you have to realize that. Like, I don't, maybe it's my diagnosis, maybe it's my attitude. I'm not a friggin', like, I don't thrive well in safety of the market. Like, I don't, like, if I feel safe, and that's probably one of the problems, that actually the trade system is so safe and reliable at times that I almost feel like it's too easy. And that's why I do these trades against the system. Actually, this trade wasn't against the system. This trade was against the system. It was completely against the system because I shouldn't have started selling until this zone up here, around the at least the fast momentum, or in the middle here. That's when I should have started selling. Instead, I sold with the expectation that for some reason it broke the OR low. Like, once again, I was in tunnel vision. Like, so it was below the, look, if we look at this, it was below the OR low, the opening range low. And then for that trade to work out, I mean, I've seen it happen before, but I was expecting that the OR low wasn't going to be at least tested. And then I was expecting that it was just going to continue to sell off on a day where we've seen the buyers have stepped up a little bit here and there. I might have to take a loss in this trade here, finally, because it's continuing to hold momentum. It's not, the one thing I want to see is an RDA check, and it's not doing an RDA check on chart 2. So if it continue, I mean, it might continue this through lunch. So, like I said, I could trade this. Like, I could continue to sell this and get, I could add 30 lots right now if I wanted to, and then probably get out of this trade, maybe, possibly. But I'm rewarding my negative habits. I know that, like, it sounds odd. Like, you're probably, I'm sure there's probably a couple traders that are watching this that are like profitable traders, and dude, you're too aggressive. Like, you're trading the market too aggressively. Like, you're taking too much risk. But I trade my style. I don't apologize for it. I mean, I do recognize that it's not the right style. And what you're seeing in real time is you're seeing a trader that's developed a habit over 2.5 years or so, trying to break that habit of 2.5 years of a trade style that has done well for him, and then trying to figure out the right way to trade the style. Because I believe I still have edge with the style that I trade, but then I also know that at times, like now, I get into tunnel vision and I make a series of 2 or 3 bad trades, and it usually starts off small, and then then I get, I don't know if it's what's the word I'm looking for, stubborn, or then I just well, no, I know what it is. It's because I can trade myself out of the trades. So I just like, hey, I can trade myself out of this. Like, there's no, like, this is normal. See, so that's what's different. So what you need to realize is like, or what I guess what I'm trying to explain is that, how, well, like if you got up every day and you live in a war zone, for instance, it's normal for you. Like, you're just used to it. Like, I mean, you hope you don't die. You hope you don't get hit by some shrapnel or some bomb or something, right? But it's normal for you. Like, it's your normal, like you're normalized to that environment, right? So many watching this, you're probably saying, well, this is insane. This is crazy. I agree, it is crazy. But like, for me, it's normal. Like, it's the normal habit that I've developed over 2.5 years. I'm not happy about it. I'm not satisfied with it. It's not the right way to trade. But for me, if I wasn't streaming, this is kind of a normal type of, not normal. It doesn't happen often, but I'm saying this is not outside of the norm of the way that I trade. And I consistently can have, $20,000 to $30,000 days. The reason why I've been slowing down my P&L and only having $8,000 days is because I'm intentionally like trying to fix this problem. And like I said, I thought I was on the path of actually
order filled.
Obviously, I'm not. Obviously, I'm still in the same mode or behavior of this trade, or of trading this style that is still with me. So, that's why I'm pissed. And now I'm past the time that I actually want to stream. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm either going to get out of this trade here in about another 10 minutes and take the loss, or I'm going to probably add 30 lots to it and take the risk of it's going to sell off in this zone. Because the other thing that it did do is it recaptured the momentum on the 60. So if that holds, there's no getting out of this trade. So if that holds, there's really no getting out of this trade at all. So, but I can't trade through lunch. I can't. I've got to have a break. I mean, I'll still be in trades, but I mean, I can't be streaming through lunch. Streaming takes way too much energy out of me. I know you think that maybe it wouldn't, but I keep saying we'll put it this way. If I streamed my normal style, I wouldn't be talking half the time, and I would be working on stuff, and all you'd hear is typing, and then you'd hear me listening to music, and you heard me doing other things, right? So that's like literally the chart would just be up, and then suddenly you see me exit a trade, or you see me add to positions, or you see me do things, right? Now I'd be talking, but maybe I should try this one day. Just ignore the stream. And I keep saying I should try this, but just ignore the stream and just do what I usually do. Just do how I usually trade off stream, which is basically I don't watch the charts until they tell me to watch them. And I basically just let the trades manage themselves. This daily is really holding. And if it wants to get to this next level, then I'm going to be upset about that whole situation. We will be upset. Bastard. Well, I'm going to do one thing here.
Order rejected.
Fuck you. What do you mean order rejected? Oh, I see. I did the wrong. I can't put an order where it can't be filled. That would make sense. Probably should be smarter than the platform I'm trading. The other thing I haven't told you is I have Sierra chart here in the background too. So I'm using Sierra chart as well. So like I'm also trading in Sierra because I have to learn Sierra chart. So I can't put off learning Sierra charting. I mean, I'm using it every day, but I'm not trading with it as much as I need to be. So the other thing that I have here is I have Sierra chart in the background that I'm trading on as well. And there I'm actually on the right side of the trade. Which is just
stop filled.
Crazy stupid. On that one, I'm actually on the right side of the trade. Yeah, no, I guess, you're right. Trade fuel. I should just, trade the way I trade. But still, I mean, part of it, why I stream is to reinforce the fundamentals to members. But if I don't trade the fundamentals, then how is that helping members? That's true. I should rethink that whole logic there. If I don't
order filled.
So there we go. I took half off. So I took half off, and then that's where I'm going to leave the risk. And then it might continue to sell off at this zone, but there's not any reason to risk anymore. Yeah, Mark LC says generally the U.S. market will trade in a narrow range, remaining closed Friday, close and remained broadly in sync with the open. Yeah, I guess, I mean, you're right, but also I didn't trade the system. So you say that, but I didn't trade the system. What did I do? I went short at a perfect fade area. I didn't go long at the fade area. I went short at the perfect fade area, and I didn't sell. See, if I would have sell using in the scaling, I would have got at least 2 opportunities there to get out at break even. But I didn't even sell at the right zone. So, like, I hear what you're saying. You're right. But the overall philosophy is that I didn't trade the system. Like, it just so I don't, like, the system accounts for what you're saying is what I'm saying. The system accounts for the fact that generally, it's going to trade in a narrow range. The system accounts for that. But, if you don't trade the system and you do idiot trades like I'm doing, well, then you're going to get idiot results. So I deserve the results that I get for trading against the system. Let's see where we're at in the training. Let me see where we're at as far as the release. I just got word that it's been basically the first version of it for my approval is up. Let's see. It looks okay. Needs to be improved a little bit. We need some visuals. We need to add a few things there. All right. Well, I'm going to call the stream just because I need to have lunch. I need to take care of Rex. I need to do a few things. He needs to go outside, take care of his business. I will be trading the afternoon, and then we're going to be fierce. I'm going to be fierce this afternoon. I'm going to be fierce over lunch if the opportunity exists. Like, this has gone on long enough. I am not satisfied with my performance and what I've allowed. So yeah, no, so I wasn't arguing with you, Mark, on that. I just was more saying that, I mean, from my perspective, I get what you're saying, but like, I'm not even within the realm of trading. Like, you know, I did 4 bad trades here. I did 3 bad trades that basically then put me off kilter and then made me kind of get into, you know, a bad trading zone. And now we're kind of, you know, we're seeing the results of that right now, or I'm seeing the results of that. I think it's going to at least come up to 329 before it sells off, or maybe even 350. So it might come up to 350 before it sells off. So I guess I could have reversed. That's one thing I could have done. Since I see that.
Order filled.
Reverse, you little bastard. Little fucker. All right. I'll be back. I'll be calling the trades in Discord. I'll share my P&L. And then we'll go from there. So let's take it to the next level. I'll see you in the afternoon. So I will be trading in the afternoon. I will stream, but I need to get off so I at least can have at least an hour and a half break. All right, everybody. I look forward to seeing you. No, I'm probably about $4,000 up. So, but I destroyed my P&L like an idiot. I will see you. I'll share the P&L here in Discord as well, but I got to jump off. All right. See you guys.